Jung?
I think the purpose of this is, just to Kiwi dudes that know Kiwi business, talking about business, in a real context, without all the jargon, without all the guru shit, disruption, innovation, pivoting, fucking ebooks and all that kind of stuff, and just having a real down-to-earth yarn about real business.
I think there's a real need within this group, but within the greater business community, for some like Jung says, some solid business advice without all the crap, without all the needing to chuck your email in and get a bloody blah 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 and all of the stuff that people, these people are doing out there in business. We just want to be real, so we kind of just wanted to use a bit of a platform to address that and try and have a bit of fun while we do that. Yeah.
Who's got some good yarns about real business? The real challenges. And I love Cam's comment.
To check your
steady
email
sales-wise,
get it.
It has taken some creativity to do
all the
so.
stuff that
these
and
people
that's true.
Pre-lockdown, COVID, no COVID, recession, boom, downstage, whatever you want to, you need to stay relevant. So tonight, 5:30, I'm kind of maybe getting ready for dinner or whatever, kind of, trying to turn the laptop off. And my barber calls me. Like, hey, I know there's been massive queues. And I know, you've been wanting to get a haircut and all that kind of stuff. So do you want to come in now? I'll stay open late.
Oh, is that why you're looking so sharp?
Oh, so I wake up like this.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, see, that's creativity, but that's relevance.
Fuck all of the process stuff you've been trying to work on and all the rest of it. Client focused.
What's up, everybody?
You can figure it out. You can work a bit harder. Deliver massive value. That's kind of the perspective of us coming on a Tuesday night. So kind of lock it in. It'll be. There we are. We're good. Yo, what's up? I need to do one more. So you roll.
Okay, cool. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. The podcast with two dudes, having a real talk about business. I'm excited tonight. We're going to talk about, I think, some really topical things, which are three of the main challenges that in all of our experience that we've heard business owners kind of cite as being like real issues for businesses. So I like that too. That's kind of on brand for us, real businesses and real challenges. Feel free to join the conversation. Feel free to chuck in comments. Feel free to give shit to the dude in the black Nismo t-shirt. He's the underdog in the fight.
Technical genius here, who's just figured out all this live streaming stuff. Pretty much carries the team.
100%. I just wear my short skirt and my my little outfit here. Hey, what's up, Richard Conway? Feel free to join the conversation, right? So we want to take this show in a slightly different direction, because we're still in the early days, and the intention is to just deliver as much value as we can to business owners, and help you grow your businesses essentially, and have a laugh at either of us while we give each other shit along the way. We talk about ideally real topics, and we talk about it in a real way tonight. I think the three topics that we're going to pretty much touch on, because they're huge topics, right? Loneliness, or that sense of isolation in business, like no one really gets it. Second is what we call market fit. It's are my products and services really attractive to the market? There's this ongoing concern that we have that we're not really sure as business owners. And then the third thing is like, am I doing marketing right? Should I be on Pinterest? Should I be on Snapchat? Should I be on Facebook? What's this ClickFunnels thing? SEO. I've got to be blogging. I've got to be blogging. I've got to be on YouTube. You got to be doing all this kind of shit, apparently. And so we're just going to touch on these topics, right? And the huge topics. And again, we're not trying to be the motherfucking ebook dudes or top 3 tips or top 5 secrets and all that kind of shit. I don't think that's real.
Bro, I think, you know what? We're just going to have a chat. We've got some cool topics. And I think anyone that wants to jump in on this, heaps of you jumping on, Andrew, Don, Sonny, John, James, Tina, Stuart,
Dion
Vince,
Campbell, what up?
Michael McCook, Will Scott, Daniel Hutchings, Rich, man, so many of you guys on. So like, we want to make this a chat with you guys, not us chatting at you guys. I think that's our big You know, a big lesson over the last couple of weeks. But hey, look, there's a comment section there. Feel free to add some value, add some flame, add some whatever.
Did you just try and stop me waffling and then went off on your own waffle?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You can't out waffle a waffler,
Yeah, man. Yeah, we should get the wafflers t-shirts or something. Hey, Juanita, what up?
Yeah, sweet. So, bruv, loneliness. Are you lonely?
Are you
so
lonely? Oh, it's that kind of show. Right. What's the new lonely song?
I don't know.
I'm lonely. Anyways, let's not quit our day jobs, bro. We're not gonna make it as Justin Bieber wannabes.
You got the hair though.
You got the hair. I don't know. You're Johnny Bravo, aren't you?
Look at that, man. I got some good hair, eh?
Okay, come on. Let's try and deliver some motherfucking value.
Right. So you know, loneliness in business, man, and particularly when you're first getting started, like frick, you don't know that many people yet. Your sphere is not that big. You haven't made contacts. You haven't got a list of, you know, people that you've met at networking events, hands that you've shook. Maybe you've got an uncle or a dad or someone who's given you some guidance, but for the most part, you know, you've made the step from being an employee and you've jumped out into running your own thing now. And it's like, frick, I don't know a thing about marketing. I don't know a thing about finances. I don't know how to put a proposal together to get money from the bank. And then all of my friends and family, like, they're like, yeah, cool, get on with it, bro. You're doing real well. But frick, man, like, I just want to have someone that I can help me to answer some of my questions. But I don't have anyone other than myself. I think that's a very real story for a lot of people in the early in their business journey. But Jung,
100%,
mate, you've coached thousands of businesses, you know, hundreds, tens. Yeah. You've coached some businesses, whatever. You're pretty good at it. I'll give you that. So, and you said to me the other day, this is one of the things that comes up the most. So talk to it. Tell me.
Yeah. Right. First, let me throw to the group. Right. So, you know, there's a bunch of you on there, man. You know, do you know what we mean when I say, you know, I'm at the pub talking to my mates and I'm like, yeah, fuck, you know, no one really gets it. I'm a business owner and no one really gets it. Can't talk to, you know, my spouse, you know, even my team, the accountant doesn't get it. Like my mates, even my mates of businesses don't quite get it. You know, do you guys know what that's like? I don't know, you know, I'm really interested in, you know, again, in having a conversation here. What's it like for you? Do you know that feeling? And you know what I'm interested in is if you do know what I'm talking about, how do you solve it? What do you do to address that issue in your business? So there was a survey that came out, I think it was 2017, might have been, you know, by the Ministry of, you know, MBIE of Innovation, Ministry of Business and Innovation. And, you know, I think 85% of the survey respondents listed isolation and loneliness as being, if not one of the biggest problems in their business. All right. And so there's some statistics, if you're into statistics, which I'm not. I think 76% of statistics are just statistics.
Just bullshit.
You know, 100% of statistics are statistics. There you go.
Yeah. About the only right statistic, isn't it?
Yeah, right. So yeah, look, interested in like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, Polly just said that. Did you see Polly's comment there? She's, what's up, Polly? Good to have you on again. She's just said, yeah, you know, she's had that big challenge, but she's co-working space has been great for her.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that, right? I love that, right? So let's talk a little bit about, okay, cool. So we know that a little bit of validation. I think I'm on a different comments feed.
Yeah, so am I, bro. I got two going, but that's all good.
So just, you know, yeah, we'll just stop when you want to and say what's up to people or, you know, engage.
Real quick, what's up to Josh, Chris, Sam, Holly, and Tina who have jumped on as well. Awesome to see you guys on.
Ryan, Kanja, yeah, talk to us about loneliness. You know, do you guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about Kyrul? Awesome. We're going to do startups later. And we've got to follow Polly up on something. Hey, what was Polly's thing last week? But anyways, you know, so is loneliness a real thing? Yes, it is. How does it impact the business? You know, so I'm interested in this. So Matt G. Rencher,
Matt.
Isolation and loneliness, how does it affect you in business, right? And I'll tell you what I've seen in my observations. You know, as a business owner, you're responsible for everything. You know, and we don't always realize it when we start out in business, or even as we're running a business. but you know, the day-to-day shit. You'll hear business owners say, "Oh, I'm stuck working in the business. I don't get to work on the business. I'm always firefighting. You know, sometimes my team feel like I'm managing a kindergarten.
Adult daycare.
Adult daycare. You know, clients don't pay me on time, or man, they're just really overly demanding. You know, and these are all of the bucks stop with you." Right. And yeah, as you develop people and process and you get scale in the business, yeah, but still, right, even from a strategic perspective, and Richard Conway, if you're still on, right, he can attest to this. You know, it's probably not until you get to, I don't know, 25 team members that you really start to get removed and be more, you know, and you get to almost be 80% strategic and not so much firefighting. Right. And so when everything stops with you, finance, strategy, delivery, sales, marketing, culture, growth, debt, everything stops with you, and potentially your house if it's got a PG, all that kind of stuff. Dude, you've got to make some tough decisions, and sometimes you've got a lot of time to make those decisions, but sometimes you've got to make them on the spot. And shit, dude, like, and I know where you know, and what I'll say about Jacinda, man, like, I know she got a whole team around her and all that kind of stuff, man, but stuff having to make those decisions, you know. And how does she tackle the loneliness?
Doesn't matter which decision you make, you're going to piss a bunch of people off, man. It's a hard ask right now.
Exactly. Oh, let me throw to Bex. Hey Bex, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Do you know what loneliness in business feels like, and what does it look like to you? Let's grab Matt's comment too.
Oh, Matt, I love that. He said I bought some wireless headphones so that I can cook dinner and listen to you guys. So that's awesome, dude.
Oh, he's tuning in. Oh, he must have heard your singing voice, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Wayne Duxbury, Wayne, brother. So we're talking about loneliness in business. If you got access to your keyboard, you know, tell us about what loneliness in business feels like, and you know what impact it has on the business. But you're coming back to the conversation is. So one, it feels tough, man. All the decisions are on you. Whether you fuck it up or you don't, you have to deal with the repercussions, and you are going to impact people's lives. If you stuff this up, yes, you won't pay your mortgage. Yes, the kids aren't going to eat. But man, your employees' kids and mortgages aren't going to get paid. Dude, you know, and then the bank's on me because I got to pay down their debt. The IRD department's on me because the only certainty in your life is death and taxes. You know, and it's just crazy. And what the hell is this pandemic thing, and how do I deal with that? Who taught me how to deal with that? Who taught me how to do effective social media marketing?
Juanita's just jumped in. She said 84% of businesses are small businesses, of which 75% of them are one-man bands. So essentially, working at home, you know, and from their bedrooms, and it's
they could be mowing lawns, mate. They don't have to. Why are you putting them in a bedroom? Whoa.
And Polly just said, it makes us second guess and overthink. It's when I get out and connect with people that I find my mojo. So I love my GSD days at home.
Right?
Yeah.
So can we talk about that impact too, right? So when you're in this sense, and I've only touched on some of the context of why it feels lonely, right? But you know, I'm looking at the viewing numbers, and they're going up, so maybe people are agreeing with me. You know, there's a reason why solitary confinement is a punishment.
Yeah.
It's not natural for us. And so I love that Polly is the only one kind of jumping in and saying, you know, like, she goes to shared spaces, she gets out there, she goes to see clients and shit like that. Because as much as remote working is the fucking godsend and the ultimate pivot that's going to save your business in 2020, it's fucking lonely. And that's not a healthy thing for us as humans. We need that human interaction. We're not robots, right?
Yeah, Kevin Rush just said, hey, all the big decisions are lonely. Just do what you think is right until they count it later.
I kind of agree. I know where he's coming from. Because, dude, otherwise you get analysis paralysis.
Yeah, you get too many people giving you too many freaking ideas. That, you know, that was me coming out of lockdown, bro. You remember I was having that conversation with you? I was like, frick, man, like this thing, that thing, blah, blah. And you're like, dude, fucking pick one, man. Pick one and let's go.
And that's so I get it, you know. And by the way, what was his name? Bruce. Like, bro, you know, don't always ask the marketers either.
Yeah.
Kevin, you know, the other thing is don't always ask the marketers, and I kind of put them on a bit of a spectrum, right? Because the financial guys are always looking historically because they're pulling the numbers and then they're trying to forecast out, which is grabbing numbers out of the air. And they're saying, oh, be responsible with this and manage your costs and all that kind of stuff. But then you got the marketers that are like, dude, no, we'll just do a Snapchat campaign and we'll make $10 million. And it's like, dude, you got the pessimist and the optimist. And our job as entrepreneurs, right? And that's another reason why it's so lonely. is because, man, we're getting all these differing, even somewhat contradictory opinions.
Yeah.
And now we've got to make a call that's contrary to the advice that I'm getting. And dude, it's a lonely, lonely situation, right? What are some of the impacts that you've either seen or heard of or felt as a business owner?
Yeah, I'm going to say what's up to Braden, Sankaran, Chris. I'd be real interested to hear from you, Chris and Braden, because one's a photographer, one's a videographer, and I know that can be a pretty lonely space. You know, right. When you're sitting in front of the desk editing and trying to chase customers and things like that.
Yeah, right. Jason Hart, how have you felt about loneliness in business? And yeah, what do we want to say about Juanita's comment? Yeah, look, so again, she's just statistically validating that it's
irresponsible marketing.
It's not necessarily statistically validating, but she's saying there's a lot of one-man bands, right? Yeah. And by the way, we're going to move into solution mode soon, because I don't think business has to be lonely. All we're talking about is that it's present as a fucking issue that has a negative impact on us as people who run businesses and the business being the bottom line.
Yeah, hardies.
Yeah, I don't know. What are some of your experiences or about isolation in business?
Just quick, what's up to James Breer, Danny Wrigley. Danny, you probably have a big opinion on this. Being a chef, sitting in a kitchen on your own, I'm sure that there's times where hey, and he is an awesome chef too, man. He is an awesome chef. So, yeah, I think. You know, one of the experiences for me, and I did sort of lead to it at the start, was just like Kevin said about the big decisions, you know, or which one am I going to take, and what, you know, fuck, did I make the right choice, and then going with it, and just not having that sounding board for, because at the end of the day, most of the time when we're questioning, it's about possible outcomes that we're trying to run through in our head, and so having a someone that we can at least just do the and then what conversation, and I'm such a big fan of that, because man, how easy is it to get stuck in our own noggin going, oh shit, I wonder about this, I wonder about that. But then if you really start to go, well then, and your worst case scenario, and then what, and then what, and then what, and then you go, yeah, shit, I'm still going to be alive, I'm still going to be around tomorrow.
Again. We're still kind of describing the issue, mate.
Well, it's just, the whole point is though that's something that trying to do on your own is freaking near impossible.
I agree. Right. Because there's objectivity, there's independence, there's confidence, there's self-worth, there's self-esteem. Man, I'm going to stop saying hello to everyone because shit.
Yeah, they're just jumping on.
40 or something like that, and I'm just like, yeah.
Matt's just come back. He said he lost a few friends when he pushed harder into self-employed journey. The mindset's to be unaligned from the 9-to-5. Yeah, freaking oath it is, mate. You know, mate, people that work 9 to 5 and not taking anything away from them, and some of you corporate guys, you bastard, man. But the reality is, you know, 9 to 5 is just, it's a warm-up for self-employed, you know. Like we've been talking about big time this week, you got to get reps. And you know, if you want to, right, if you want to be, you know, have something, you know, to show for your efforts, frick, you ain't going to do it in 40 hours in a week. Yeah, maybe once your business has matured and all the rest of it, but man, when you're getting that rocket off the ground, you're putting in time.
I agree, mate. Look, and you know, where I think the translation that I take from Matt's comment is he's kind of you know, adding another angle on, you know, why business is so lonely, because it's even just alienating from my goddamn friends.
Yeah.
You know, like I know at CrossFit, you guys all kind of run around and give each other hugs and kisses and stuff like that, and you know, when you say, oh, wait, I'm self-employed,
hey,
you know, you guys...
Jung still hasn't turned up for his workout. That's how scared he is. For anyone that's been following us for the last few weeks. He knows.
I want to grab Sarah Ferguson too.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was going to jump that, but you go.
So Sarah Ferguson says, and I know that Sarah Ferguson's like a marketing agency or something like that. I'm not sure. What size of the business, Sarah? But she absolutely agrees about loneliness. No sounding board is often the struggle. Conversations with yourself can be a one-way street to a white jacket that does up the back.
Ooh.
And so now we're talking about the impact. Dude, we haven't even got to bottom line.
Right.
See how huge this topic is? And see how it's a human thing. Right? Isn't it funny? You talk to, I can't remember how many business owners. It would have been thousands that they surveyed. And this came up as the number one problem for business owners. And it's like, it's saying, hey, in this business system where finance, team, leadership, sales, marketing, HR, all this kind of shit, man, you know what my biggest problem is that I'm a human and I feel lonely. and far out. And props to all you business owners. So let's acknowledge that, man. What is it? 1 in 9 New Zealanders have a registered business. Or well, there's about 500,000 registered out of a population.
So I did read somewhere, John, that there was nearly 2,000 businesses registered during lockdown, which is pretty crazy, right? I just want to follow on Chris's comment. He said, "Hey, I work next to my wife," which is his own thing. And he did put a cheeky smiley after it, so I'm sure he means it. In the most lovely of all ways.
I'm sorry to you, brother. I feel sorry for you. Did you want an empathy vote, bro? I give you empathy, bro.
But he did say, hey, the reason he stayed in a networking group was more about being able to talk to other business owners about the problems that he had. Probably, I'm assuming less so than it was about trying to network and gain business, which is totally get it, man. It's just you're getting around people that are in the zone, they're out there playing the sport with you.
Right. Okay. Cool. Right. So yeah, look, again, it's a huge topic, and I just wanted to kind of maybe create a bit of a forum or a conversation around, fucking loneliness is a real fucking thing, and we all experience it as business owners to some degree and at varying times during the overall business journey. And it's a real thing. Can we maybe talk about, does anyone want to share some of the impacts that it's had? We keep jumping to solution.
Yeah.
Right. And I know men are from Mars and women are from Venus, but we're going to talk about solutions soon, guys. But let's just explore this out, right? And make this a space where, as business owners, we can talk about what we're really experiencing.
Annie's comment was just where to start when making or starting out a business. I would need more context, Annie, if you wanted to, specifically what type of business, what experience have you got, what are the challenges that you're wanting addressed, and maybe we can give some perspective on that.
I'll do some like internet kind of shit for you. Set some goals.
There you go.
Get a plan, get a mentor, get out there and do
take some action.
Don't overthink things, and take some motherfucking action and persevere.
Yeah.
And know that it's a journey. It's a marathon. Don't try and sprint the start of a marathon.
Yeah.
All right. And we're going to come back to Kyril. Kyril? Did I say it right, Kyril?
Kyril.
I hope so. Fuck, what a cool name. And Polly too. Hey, what was your actions last week, Polly? I think it was like stop overthinking things and do shit. So even if you want to report in the comments, what did you actually do, for the last week or 2 weeks? That'll be, we're super interested in that. And Kyril, we're going to talk about the startup journey. Okay, cool. Can we start talking about, does anyone want to share impacts that you think isolation and loneliness has had on the business? I'll kind of kick some off, right?
So there was a comment from Sean there, 67% of businesses have 0 employees. So there you go.
Oh, look, and out of that, again, statistics, man. Fuck statistics, ultimately. Yeah. But 500,000 businesses in New Zealand, and dude, how many of them are fucking dropship companies or property holding companies, Uber drivers? I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt's going, man. Let me just drop some stuff around some of the impacts that I've seen that loneliness has on business, and then we'll come back to Matt, right? Okay, loneliness in business. You know what I think the impact is? You get personally, you just get this feeling like, and this is where if you talk to real business owners, they will all tell you they have no fucking idea what they're doing. Despite being in business for 10 years, despite reading all the books, despite all that kind of stuff, man, you know what? We're just winging it. And I think if you think that you know it all, that's what psychologists would call a fixed mindset. You kind of, if you get to that point, you're screwed, man. Anyway, but man, it's stressful. It adds stress, right? Personally to us. Right. I don't know. Is anyone else want to share? What we now think about kind of finance, right? And then we start to do stupid shit like listen to all the stuff on the internet. I think we might download ebooks and listen to stupid podcasts.
There's a lot of value in podcasts, mate. It's just not understanding what you're looking for is the key when it comes to any of the information on the internet, right?
Right, and you know this, right? So many of us are looking for this goddamn magic bullet, and then it pops up because Facebook Messenger is always listening, and it's going to feed you the ads that you're looking for, and it's going to say 7 ways to make 7 figures in 7 days, and you're going to click and download the ebook, and then they're going to spam the shit out of you. And then they're going to retarget you, and they're going to chase you around Facebook and chase you around the internet, and they're going to just subliminally trick you into buying some shit.
Sorry, James Kemp.
Dude. I don't know. And look, James King comments. Lucky it was a king. Okay,
I do like
you
serious.
jam, brother.
I do like serious comment though. Loneliness leads to stalling, lack of motivation. I'm way more motivated when I have contact with other people. Absolutely. I'm the same. What I'm doing for a day job right now. I'm a sales rep, and I've been working from home for 4 and a bit months now, and my motivation is like absolutely sucks. And I managed to get one visit last week. I wasn't meant to take the visit, but long story short, I was allowed into the store and I caught up and just hanging out for like an hour. I come in and like, oh, I'm excited again. So totally relate to that human contact, that being able to just shoot the shit and just enjoy your conversation. It particularly for extroverted people, it feeds you. It really it's a way to gain energy. So yeah.
Hey, I just want to ask a question. Hey, Sarah, just out of curiosity, most of the time you've probably done some profile tests and shit like that. Do you come out more extroverted or more introverted? I'm curious on this, right? Because obviously loneliness and isolation is going to affect, the more introverted or the more extroverted. And I'm not putting people in boxes because it's a scale and you slide along it. I'm an introverted, extrovert, or whatever the fuck that is. And James King's comment's really common.
Yeah.
Like, man, and thank you, James. Right,
Yeah,
I find that working alone in a workshop all day, there can be a big struggle with motivation. Right, at times, what happened there? To keep being productive, also doing 60 hours a week, people don't get it.
Yeah.
And that's the language that I hear all the time. People just don't get it.
Yeah.
People just don't get it.
Why are you always working, bro?
And then you get some motherfucker, right, James? Tell me if you've experienced this too, bro. Some motherfucker, he's going, oh, hey, how's business? You go, oh, yeah, it's all right, it's pretty busy. And they go, oh, cool, how much money are you making? Oh, maybe 500 grand a year. Oh, cool, well, what's holding you back from $1 million? Oh, I don't really do much marketing. Fuck, you know what you should do? You should get some Facebook ads, you should do some ClickFunnels, and you need to grow that fucking shit. It's like, dude, it's, fuck, I'm lucky if I don't kill myself. I'm lucky if I don't...
Busting my ass as it is, I don't need to do anymore.
Yeah, thanks for your goddamn uncontextual advice. And that's what I don't like. Everyone's just like, you got to be on Facebook. You got to be blogging. You got to be doing a fucking podcast. It's like, shut the fuck up, man.
Hey, so a couple more come through here, bruv. Polly said she did lots of shit, set up her email database, wrote up and set up my welcome sequence. Yes! That's the one we've been waiting for.
Action! I love it.
Productized the part of her offer and almost finished a lead magnet and email sequence. Congratulations, Polly. Great stuff. Next one, Sean has said procrastination, increased risk, adversity, and crowdy thinking are common outcomes. 100%, mate. Yep. The more the time you're sitting alone, the more time you cloud your brain. Sunny, when I'm not able to collaborate, it really affects my productivity levels. 100%. And then there was Jester. Hey guys, just hopped on. I feel the loneliness from having a mission to succeed, and I feel like I'm forcing all other way contact to keep my focus on the end goal. I want to touch on this one. Yeah, I want to touch on this one a bit, and not taking anything away from any other comments. And thank you for those comments. But I totally relate what you're saying there, Jester. And the thing is, like, I did that for probably 10 years in my first business, and I just was so focused that I did alienate a lot of my family, and so I think that there's certainly an element of needing to have a little bit of balance, and I think that comes from just getting a little bit of clarity about outside of work what the things are that you need that feed you as the individual to sort of feel energized and to feel like you're on track and on the path. Otherwise, it will just become work over time. And I know he was one of the ones that asked for the goals sheet, which we had promised, and it is being designed. We had it, and it's my responsibility. I'll take it. Come on, bro. But I just didn't want to get distribute something that was just not up to the standard of production that we're putting out. So that will be up and available to you very, very shortly.
I smashed it on the Word doc, bro. I put heaps of words on a piece of paper, man, and this dude didn't want to send it to you, man. So he's making it pretty, and you know how CrossFit dudes like to be pretty and stuff like that. But I think
look at that hair, man. Look at that hair.
Yeah, maybe after the WOD. He's got to do his WOD first, man. He's got to jump up on a box 100 times and do something. Dude, 8:30, Sarah Fergan is extroverted. And so that's what I think, right? Oh, do we get into this? I won't. It's a big topic, but business as a personal thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Polly, she's just said, what is it with all the people, stay-at-home mums that just duck in because they know you're working from home? Like, I get it. You're trying to work. I don't have time for a cup of tea. And yeah, I'll take that one, Polly. Yep. Well, the action has been taken. It was just I like to get a certain level of production quality about the things that we're doing. So it will be.
Is she calling you out?
Yeah, she is.
Whoa. Go Polly.
I'll tell you what, Polly. I'll send you the before and afters, and then we'll see if you agree.
Hey, look, no fairness, man. Look, again, man, there's no reason, for us to do this, really. And Nick, in defense for Nick, he's doing heaps of shit, man. And that CrossFit shit takes ages. He's got to put on his makeup to get to CrossFit. So his CrossFit takes like 4 hours a day, and it's only 45 minutes of working out. But he's doing shit. He'll get it to you guys. Hey, dude, 8:30 time check. I'll just say, let's move into solution. Right, let's start talking about solutions, guys. Can you talk to us about, how you guys are addressing it? We've already had some, going to co-working spaces, getting single mums to come over during the day.
No, that's not what she said, bro.
That's what Nick said. That's what Nick said. I didn't say that.
Hey, I'm not the one that's daddy daycare, right?
I'm interested in how you guys are solving it, and then we'll talk about some solutions that I think we're doing and we're even offering. And I think we've got to hit Kyrul's thing around a typical startup journey. I just want to continue that conversation.
Yeah. What's up to Wade and Aaron just jumping on too?
Tim Webb, what up, Tim Webb?
And Wade, we're hoping to jump on a call with you guys, the three of us, maybe a little bit later in the week or something. So just earmark that if you're listening, and jump on the inbox again, and we'll make that a thing.
Let's jump on solution, then we'll jump to Kyrul. So we might skip those other two topics if that's okay. I mean, we've got to do the Biz Shiz update too, for people that are interested in that. But I mean, let us know down below if you really want us to jump on those other two topics. Then I'll go get.
What's Jung been drinking? Yeah.
Last I checked, it was vodka. So. Is it vodka or tequila?
Yeah, Wade says yeah, bro, sweet as. So let's have some solutions. I'm keen to keen to hear it.
Man, your feed is different to mine.
Yeah,
right?
we're on two different feeds here, bro. So I'm watching them both. Okay. So.
Oh wow, well done, man. Shit. What would we do without you, brother? What's Jung been drinking? I don't know, man. I'm just pumped. I had a bit of a shit day, and that'll be some cool stories for one podcast. But solutions, look, I think, getting to shared spaces, you got to find what works for you, right? And that's the thing. Someone coming in and telling you need to do more digital marketing, you must fucking do digital marketing. It's not always relevant, man, and it's not always the answer. And so I'm saying, you're going to have different solutions. But getting into co-working spaces, obviously that's becoming more of a thing around the world. What was it called? Oh, what's that biggest growing startup in WorkMe or MeWork?
Don't know, mate. Don't know.
Dude, it's a massive as fucking co-working space. A global brand, huge. Right, there's that. I think you're right. There's getting into your peer groups, support groups. Like how some groups of people, like new mums and stuff, have a coffee group. I think there's definitely value in that.
There's a good comment that's come from Kevin. He just said, I don't vent issues at home, so it took him 10 years to learn that one. He's got to go home happy. I love it, dude. Yeah, that's.
I love that.
There's mad value in those half a dozen words there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So good.
Protect your family, man. Don't bring your shit home. Coffee groups and things like that. Obviously, I think there's like empowering some of your team. Some of you have a senior leadership team, if you're kind of 10, 15, 20 kind of employees. Empower them, man. I think this might be challenging for some people, man, but for me, even when I've got kind of 5 or 6 team members around me, I'll make the marketing manager the boss of marketing, and I report to them.
We work overvalued as a tech-enabled company. Thanks, Carol.
Dude, how many tech startups? How many startups?
They're all overvalued.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, cool. I think, empower some of your team, promote them around you and beside you. I'm going to go down this route too. Get a mentor, get a coach,
get someone.
Get someone. Right. And the cool thing about mentors and coaches, and by the way, I know there's fucking definitions between the two, but really it's very similar function. How are they different to a counselor? How are they different to a teacher? How are they different to the priest or the pastor at church? So really, they're a wiser head, and they give you advice. And yeah, some of them have been there before and they guide you through it, but some of them maybe just know methodology and they guide you through it. But either way, they're just there for you, right? And they're independent. They're not biased. Well, they shouldn't be biased.
I think that's the biggest thing, man.
Really there for you.
100% agree with you. Is that they're able to not be in your shit, and you know the ability to see, you know, the bigger picture, because often as a business owner, we're so caught up in the feels of what's happening in our business that, you know, we miss the stuff on the outside, because all we can see is that employee that didn't turn up on time, or the supplier that didn't deliver, or any of those types of things, right? Where the mentor can say, hey, look, dude, you're focusing on that so much, but all of that time and energy you're putting to that, you could be putting into generating sales, or you could be putting into hiring a better person. And, you know, that's the perspective that we just, and that, man, from a loneliness perspective, having someone like that is just, it's gold.
Right, so we know loneliness is a real problem, and this is one of the ways you can address it, right? And it's a really effective way at addressing it, right? And so, and another thing I'll do to validate this for you guys is, and we all, I think everyone knows this, really, like, you show me someone who's had significant impact in the world, like grown a significant business, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, you know, anyone, right? The CEO of Goodman Fielder, probably not a good example, but, you know, whatever, Zappos and things like that. But also, right, I think a business ultimately has impact in the world. So you can also compare it to Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Malcolm X, someone like that. And what I'm going to say is, you show me someone, any one of them, that didn't say that they had some good mentoring or coaching along the way. So if you haven't got it, the fuck are you doing? You're missing the shit out, man. And you know, you're making yourself susceptible to these goddamn ebook funnels.
It's got to be a shot every time, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, just
by the way, we're going to release an ebook next month. As much as we give it shit, it's a
it's not happening.
Nah, it's a metaphor. It's an icon just not buying into that cheesy marketing bullshit.
Don't download this ebook.
yeah. The reverse advertising, eh? Hey, I just want to say mad props. Look, I appreciate the what a flattering comment, Kyril. You guys are my mentor for now. Really feel like home here.
That's
and
great.
Why I wanted to grab that is thank you, Kyril. What an honor, what a privilege. Thank you. Happy to help out as much as we can. And second thing is kind of, look, that's the purpose of this, guys. You know, we're trying. One of the key functions that I think that this hits on is that it's this place needing sound advice, lads. You know, one of the things is that it's this place where you're with people that get it.
Yeah.
You know, and we're not going to give you some bullshit. We're not here to try to sell you anything. We're just trying to have a conversation about real topics, because, like, you know, the dude in the workshop working 60 hours a week, you know, the person going to the workplaces, just sometimes getting around people that get it and talking about shit, it fucking helps.
Yeah. Love it.
Solutions.
Yeah. He just said, I will download your ebook. That's awesome. we haven't created, anyway. And Matt just said he loves helping to make other people happy gives him the biggest high in business. Totally agree.
Yes.
Totally agree.
100% agree. That's why I'm here. That's why I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, and Polly said the same thing. She just said, I just finished my first round of business coaching, and I resisted doing it for ages, but I'm glad I did it. I sped up my own thinking. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not saying, like, you know, every business coach is awesome, but mate, we know that mentors and coaches will help break that isolation and make you effective and make you get to your goals faster, right? It's like she's just said, sped up in her words.
Yeah, and I think it's about who you surround yourself with, and, you know, and that whole thing of, right? Like that's like every book you ever read on success or whatever, they've always got that same thing in there, and become the sum, whatever it is, the sum total of the 5 people. So if you hang out with 5 idiots, you're the 6th one, you know? And that's a fact. So, you know.
Yeah, man. So look, if that is a thing for you, man, come and hang out with us every Tuesday at 8 p.m, man. Like, we nearly didn't make the show tonight. But this is how committed, like, Nick is to doing all the technical stuff, because I don't understand how to click and make things sound good and look good and shit like that, obviously. But Nick was really, really committed and got it done. D1 tickets. Solutions, right? The other solution, advisory board of directors, right? And now we're starting to get into governance, and yeah, there's probably a cost involved in that as you bring in these formal structures. But something that we're keen on, right, Nick, is we want to start these little groups of business owners,
business squads,
that
right?
That are closed off, right, where we can surround you with other people that get it, and get you guys talking about your strategic issues, right, and moving those forward. Did you want to say anything about that? You want to brand them, do you?
Yeah, well, this was something that one of my mentors handed me earlier today. He says, why don't we call them Biz Squads? And I said, well, I was dumb enough to get squad tattooed on the back of my neck, so who would cramp, ruthless, actually. Shout out to Abe. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
that's brutal.
I don't even want to know. Does anyone want me to? Shall I go there with that? Shall I go there,
bro,
guys?
Rip into me.
I think it looks like you've already had that, bro.
So. It was so sore. God damn it.
Stop talking then. Just go and be in pain.
No, I'm good.
These
I'm good.
People don't want to hear you crying.
So anyway, Biz Squads. I was the idiot who was
that mentor. He's
pretty sharp. Yeah, his hair's average, but apart from that, he's pretty sharp. But and so we thought, hey, he said, and I agree. Biz Squads. So it's essentially it's 5 business owners working closely with one of us to facilitate a high-level discussion to help you to move forward with some of the stuff that's going on in your business. And I guess anyone that does want to know a bit more about that, just shoot us a message somewhere, DM, whatever, and we'll be into that. Yeah.
No, fuck that. I'm gonna go with this. I'm not trying to pitch shit or something like that. But no. We've just finished a trial group, right? And we're about to start another trial group. If you guys want to be part of the next Biz Squad, which is 5 business owners getting together regularly, and talking about their shit and helping each other out, get at Nick in the inbox.
There you go.
You like what I did there?
Yeah. See, that's delegation.
Empowerment. It's empowerment, mate. I'm empowering you to help people.
Just like, hey Nick, can you get the goal sheet and make it look pretty? Delegation.
I said, can you send this to Wade, brother? He's waiting for it. And you're like, no, I want to spend money and I want to make it look pretty and shit. Yeah. Anyway,
let's hit these last couple of comments and we'll fold out, eh?
Yeah, do you want the Biz Shiz update? But Sarah Ferguson, might sound strange, but older people make amazing mentor sounding boards. I think some of the most valuable advice I've had has come from elderly relatives. They've been through depressions, wars, etc. Best lesson I learned from them was about bending and also being flexible, also community. 100% agree, Sarah.
I really struggle with being eminently flexible, as you can just see. My hamstring cramping.
That's not what she said. 100 million% agree. I think we will throw shade at pale male stale sometimes, but
I mean, look, the ebook thing we rip on the ebook thing too, but there's merit in that too, man. It's like but hey, we have a bit of fun. Do you want to hit Kyle Rule's one rule?
No, we'll come back to you, Kyle Rule, if that's okay, because I think you're going to hang. But do you want to?
Do you want to just hit that?
Okay, we'll ask. Does anyone want to hear a Biz Shiz update?
Yeah, of course.
Does anyone want to hear what we're up to with our business? If not, we'll just jump on Kyle. Actually, might as well get him now.
Yeah, all right. So, and he says, even as a pre-starter, I feel I can relate with everything you guys are saying. Is it normal to wake up at 3 a.m. with your brain going 100 miles an hour with ideas flowing non-stop? I've had a week of that. And I also found that writing the idea to calm my brain down, what do other people do? So, dude, 100%, man. And, those 3 a.m. wake-ups are probably some of the shit that's been marinating for a few weeks, and it's like you need a strategy for how you're going to handle that, whether it's a pen and paper, whether you take voice notes, whatever it might be. But 100% there's so much value in that, and I'm going to give you my strategy I've said this a few times, is for me it's whiteboards, and I just love having bullet points on a whiteboard, and I don't really go into too much detail. It's just like mastermind. It's and this is kind of leading to the bullshit. It's what am I doing with my Facebook pages? What am I doing with my branding? What am I doing with the logo? This kind of stuff, and that's all it is. So some people are really detailed and they'll write like a brain dump, and that's the way they'll do it. But you definitely want to take advantage of that. There's so much value in those 3 a.m. brain farts, and I often get them when I'm driving, and that's where Jung hates me for this, because I'm like, bruh, and I'll send him like 3 voicemails in a row, and he's like, dude, can you just write this down and put it in the damn thing? And I'm like, yeah, but whatever, we'll do it later. This idea. Am I right?
Yeah, 100%. And the other thing I'll say, dude, is be careful of overthinking things too, because I'm not saying you are like this, Kyrul, but I know we're going to talk about startup journeys. Hey, so no one cares about a Biz Shiz update, so that's cool. We're just going to jam on Kyrul for now.
Just checking all the comments.
Careful, Kyrul, because man, you obviously you need to have a future vision, and that vision needs to be a goal, because a goal is different to a dream, and you can get trapped there in startup phase. And you got a tech startup, so he's got massive potential, dude. He could think about this for like 5 years. It's every day, every minute, because he's got that many fucking ideas that link to it. And what I'd say is, just be careful with that. You want to bring it into a plan, so you have a goal. So there's a dream out here, and there's an idea, which is fucking even higher. And then you bring it into a goal, and you build a bit of a plan from your current situation to achieve that goal. And then you want to get a bit of an idea of a plan, not too much of a plan. And then just start chipping away at that, taking action. Yeah, we're 45 minutes in. Shit, does anyone want to hear anything else? Like, we usually only try to go for 30 minutes, but
so Wade's asked for an update.
Yeah, Kyrul. Okay, cool. Kyrul, is that cool? Do you want to jam the Biz Shiz update, or shall I? And then we'll come back to Kyrul, and then we'll tie off.
Bro, you do the update, and then we'll
cool.
We'll sign off, yeah.
Okay, so Biz Shiz, right, the brand ultimately is kind of here to just, again, support Kiwi businesses, because I'm fucking super pumped about trying to help business owners do their thing better. Nick pretty much is too. Right, and so we've been doing a whole bunch of shit in a private Facebook group, which I think a lot of you know of. For some time, just testing some stuff and delivering some value and stuff like that. And now we're kind of branching out, got our own page. Nick did a fancy logo and things like that. And we're doing the podcast. And then, as we just talked about, we want to do biz squads, right? We want to get these squads, these units together of business owners that get it and support each other. We want to kind of scale that up. As we mentioned, we're running trial groups now. For groups, we'll probably look to commercialize that, I would say, in the mid-term, or maybe short term, and kind of get that going. I think we're really proud.
It's still product testing though, right? At this point, and it's
development, testing and development.
Yeah.
That first group was awesome though. And then and I'm really proud of us too, because as you guys know, in business, man, the problem in business, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but there's too many opportunities. So the trick is not saying what we say yes to, but it's what we say no to, right? And so someone kind of put an idea in our heads, let's put an online course and build some fucking ebooks and some Facebook ad funnels and make, money while we sleep, and all that kind of stuff. But we kind of said, hey, look, no, we're not going to do that, right? We know that the podcast is working. We know that it's helping people, because we had some feedback. And thanks for everyone that is, giving us feedback around and helping and all that kind of stuff. And
feedback and flames, man. That's what we fight. That's what keeps us going.
yeah. And so that's all we're doing. So we work on the podcast. We're looking at polishing that. We're trying to get this to a really good place again, where it's super valuable to you guys. We're starting the Biz Squads, and we know that that's super valuable. So like if you're serious, and then link up in the inbox, and then we'll get you into a Biz Squad.
Yeah. So
all free at the moment. So do it.
I think we really just really want to make sure that what we're doing serves the community first, and if we get that right, I know we're on the right path. I just want to touch Polly's comment real quick. She says her clothesline is where her inspiration lies. It's the only quiet place. Even the 3 teens won't venture down there. Polly, I don't even venture to a clothesline. So, I can see why. There's no one else hanging out there. I love it.
I like that.
Bro,
I like that, Polly. Hey, Polly, do you want to be in a Biz Squad? Just asking.
Yeah. Bro, do you want to give us a closing thought on our topic of loneliness for the night?
Can we just touch on Kyril? Kyril, typically how startups work. I know we're running really, really late. We got to go. Kyril, typically how startups work. And I think you might know this, but I'm giving this to you anyway. In America, Silicon Valley, which is fucking startup factory, you have a tripod. They call it a tripod, which is 3 co-founders, right? So you have a sales kind of orientated guy, a UX guy, and a UI guy, right? And they'll get together and they'll form a bit of a pitch deck. And if you need a pitch deck template, by the way, Guy Kawasaki.
Yeah, he's a genius, that guy.
Yeah, 10 slide pitch deck, I think it is. Google that shit, bro. And they'll build a pitch deck, right? And then they just go for funding.
And get yourself a copy of Pitch Anything by, what's his freaking name? Pitch Anything, just get it. It is the best book when it comes to pitching for startups. I'm going to Google it for you real quick. You finish your point.
Right, cool. And then, so yeah, get a pitch deck, and then they just go to angels and they just go to get on the circuit going for funding, right? And they might pitch 10 people, they might pitch 3 people, and you know what they do? They don't get attached to the idea by the way, Kyril, right? They'll just go back and then start another idea and build another pitch deck for another product or another app, right? And so, and then they kind of get, what's it called, seed funding. And typically, I think in New Zealand, just to give you an idea, and someone's going to correct me if I'm wrong, you look at 50K check for, and obviously it depends on the valuation, but all your valuations are full of shit when you're a tech startup, pre-money. Ultimately, it's an art and a science, but you're pulling fucking numbers out of the air. It's a 5 to 7 year journey, and you've only got an 8% chance of success. Yeah, it's a high risk kind of investment, right? And you think about investors, right? They're just saying, where can I put my $100,000 where I can turn it into 200,000 in a year or two? And it's not a tech startup. That's not the answer for an investor, right? So, and then they pitch investment, they get seed funding, which kind of helps them build a bit of a team, build a bit of an MVP, maybe ideally get some traction in the market, which is sales yeah. of the thing. And then, guess what? Oh, fuck, now we need more marketing, we need more team, we need more product development, and then they got to go get more funding. Dude, 5 years down the track, if you go down this tech startup funding route, dude, man, if I'm honest, bro, you'll be lucky to be left with 10% of your company. Right, and I know that there's the whole fucking small piece of a big pie, or fucking 100% of a fucking tiny pie. I know that, bro, but I just want to give you some insight into the journey, bro. These kids these days, they're like, not even kids, dude. Like I've seen 50-year-olds have a go at this, and pretty successfully. Just because you can have an idea and then get some money for some rich people, doesn't mean you need to do it that way, bro. I'd probably just check, man. Is there something that you're super passionate about, man? Because you can make a meaningful living out of that and help a lot of people. If it's building houses in Africa, go and do that, bro. Why do we have to build this big tech startup and be the next Mark Zuckerberg, bro?
Yeah, but not saying don't do it if you are wanting to do it, right?
I'm not trying to discourage you, bro. Just giving you some insight.
Yeah. So it's
just offering you some perspective.
Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff. I've read that book at least half a dozen times, and it is the most phenomenal book when it comes to, really, really understanding how to pitch and and this is for any business owner who's watching, and how to really read the social environment that you're going into, because when you're in a sales negotiation, there is some things around frames, around the way that the social dynamic of that interaction, and if you get that right, you can actually use it to ensure you get a far more positive outcome your way than the person who you're essentially pitching with. If done correctly and done with integrity, obviously. So it is an absolutely phenomenal piece of literature, and it's only like this thick, so you can read it in a day. Cool. That us, bro?
Closing words?
That was my closing words. Yeah, I'm...
Okay, my closing words is loneliness in business is a real thing. It has a significant impact on you personally, and when you're off, you will affect the business. So don't let it be a thing. Address it. Get people around you. Go to co-working spaces, etc.
Yeah.
But man, even more effective is get some smart people around you. Business mentors, advisors, coaches. advisory boards, boards of directors. Like, get some smart people that are going to,
networking groups,
challenge your perspective, networking groups, but one, challenge your perspective, two, keep you accountable and just keep pushing you forward and upward, because like a plant, if you aren't growing, slowly you're dying.
Love it. All right, guys. Hey, thanks heaps. There's still 30 of you on. I'm so thankful to have you guys on.
Go to sleep. We're boring, right? It's because you're so pretty, bro. They just want to watch you because you're so pretty.
It's my hair, man. You got to step your hair game up. But no, genuinely, thank you so much to everyone who's. It's such an honor to do this. So we'll catch you again next week.